That's just unheard of. I don't know if anyone still does that or they're able to do that. So with this show, I have so much heart in it. And the reason why I want to put this out there is because my whole life, I would say my childhood was probably one of the greatest childhoods anyone could ever ask for. Anyone could ever ask for, because I never had to leave my street. We were like brothers and sisters growing up in Long Island. It was, the grandma was living in the basement. There was an aunt or uncle or a cousin living in the upstairs part of the house, which had its own entrance. You had garages, which sometimes they made out an apartment on the top. There were more aunts in there, and everyone looked at on the street. You may not have liked everyone, but everyone knew each other. And when something really went down, everyone bonded together. Sure, we had assholes and all that. Everyone has that. But for childhood, I still have those people in my life. And when I had a kid, and to me, it was a community. It was community. It was, I just went to Belize, and the coolest thing in Belize was I hung out with these locals. And when I say locals, they lived on an island that just got electricity and they don't have roads. And they brought me to their village, and they wanted to show me what it's like to be off the grid. And I'm like, man, could you teach me to I always want to know what it's like to survive. Like you watch these shit like Survive, and they're like, oh yeah, I would totally show you how to survive. Fishing, they're like, I'm going to show you a little fishing trick here in the river. And they went to a termite mound. Did I tell this last week?
No.
Okay. They go to a termite mine and they got a hatchet. It's in their village. And everyone in the village is really cool. And just, you're in a village. And I love doing this stuff. I love doing it in Africa and Egypt. I love seeing this part of culture. You don't get this in a school or a textbook or anything like that. So they took a termite mine. The first thing they're doing, they're like, you want to try one? I'm like, no. They're like, termites? They taste like mint. And they're taking the termites and it tastes like mint. I don't know if I'm ready to start eating termites, bro. I don't know if I want to smell. And they said if you took a cube of termites and just mush it together, it's equivalent to the protein of like eating a filet mignon steak. Wow. What? They said the protein in termites is incredible for you. So they take the termite mound with a machete, click, 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 and they cut off this huge chunk. I'm going to say it was about maybe 2.5 feet in size. And they put it in a cooler, and they put ice in there and like water, a little bit of water. And it's termites they're like all over the boat. Right? So now when I say boat, it's like a rowboat with a motor. And we go along the river, and they take the termite mound and they start chopping it up. They open up the cooler, and they take the termite out and they bust out in some chunks of it, and they throw it in the river in this corner, like where like near the ground, near the bank of the river. And when it's in there, they start chopping it more on top into little pieces, and it breaks out. And you see all the termites just spreading all over. And then they go to 3 or 4 different spots, and then they leave. We see howler monkeys, and they teach me about, this plant can heal. They were talking about like healing all kinds of stuff that like people don't know. This is healing. This helps your lungs. Because when you come back, we'll bring in the jungle, and we'll show you all this stuff. We come back to those areas maybe 10 minutes later. They take a fishing net that you throw where the termites were, And then just as soon as the net goes down, they pull it up, and there's all this fish in there. And they're like, oh, this is going to be good. They were so excited, like, this is going to be good eating. Do you know what kind of fish this is? Oh, my God, it's going to taste so good. And with a little bit of lemon, we'll get the lemon tree. Oh, so this is how they were fishing. I'm like, who would think to take a termite mound, throw it over, and just scoop up all the fish, because all the termites are coming down and the fish are they're all coming out of nowhere to eat it, and they're just sitting ducks, and you pick them up. It was such an amazing trip. But why I referred to that is when I got to the village, everyone helps each other out in one way or another. No one's on a phone, no one's watching television, no one's talking politics, no one's watching anything. They just live for the day. They live to work in unison with one another. And it really made me think about how society as a whole has turned into something else, where they demonized living like that. And what I mean by that, every place that has tribes or villages, they call it barbaric. They're not modernized. They're backwards. They're living back into. They demonize it. Savages, where that's natural humanity. If you really want to think about it, it really is. If you watch the movie Avatar, have you seen Avatar?
Yeah.
I highly suggest everyone to watch Avatar. A, it's a beautiful movie. But B, that explains the way of the world. How they create fake wars because that area has a resource that big corporate animals that pay for armies, pay for military, pay the government, pay everyone, they want that. And they have to demonize who lives there so we can bring and invade for freedom or for whatever else, kill, destroy, and then take what they want and then profit off it. That's what Avatar is. Just it's an incredible movie if you don't understand how this world works and how war works and how we go into innocent people's lives and just destroy it. And they're not a bunch of savages, and they don't have a democracy. That's a joke word. I love people. This is destroying a democracy. We're not a democracy, morons. I hate to break that to you. It's just a fake word. Democracy is another word for the evil people in charge. So every time you hear democracy, this is a threat to our democracy, what they're saying is it's a threat to our power. That's a little brainwashing tip for you. Every time you hear someone go, this is a threat to our democracy, that's a threat to their power that they have over you. It's a fake word. It's a fake word. I'm going off a little bit, however. So I learned that about there. Like they don't have nice cars. They don't have incredible things, but they have each other and they know how the system works. They know what their strengths are. They know what their weaknesses are, and everyone works to their ability. That's what true humanity is. And that's what I felt my childhood was. This kid was weak, so we'd pick on him. Why would we pick on him? To make him tougher, because we knew he wouldn't last in school. I had a kid, we all kind of, when I say make fun, it's not like insult and make them cry. It's just once in a while you bust their balls. Men bust each other's balls.